heavyweight division, where most of the boxers are powerful and dominant, but only a few survive. Only few names are known. Most are forgotten. But in this video, we will look into someone who is making a name for themselves, although his life is outside the mainstream, up to making his own legacy. Oleksandr Usyk.
Полминуты до конца этого раунда. Еще одно падение. И это похоже на нокаут. Просто выключил Александр Усик своего соперника, хоть он и поднялся, но не стоит. Это
Young Oleksandr Usyk was born in Simferopol, Crimean Oblast on January 1978. Usyk was born in a simple family. After his birth, he faced many difficulties in life, and at such a young age, Usyk understood what life is.
Until I became 6 years old, I had no worries whatsoever. I just enjoyed life. But in 1991 or 92, when I was 6, we moved to Chernigiv Oblast as the Soviet Union collapsed. We moved to my mother's village, so when I was growing up, I understood that not everything was easy.
Oleg decides to be practical and to pursue one thing: boxing. And in 2002, Oleksandr picked up his pair of gloves and started his journey. After his first matches, Oleksandr decided to move up to light heavyweight later and was sent to the Olympic qualifiers in Roseto, Delgi Abruzzi. There, he defeated world-class boxers. But later on at the quarterfinals, Oleksandr lost to Clemente Russo by 4-7.
And he's always looking for that right hand. He's awkward, there's no doubt about it. He uses that to his advantage.
It's a button, red or blue. So it's kind of funny. They asked the judges to count punches.
I thought that was a scoring punch right there as a point. I did not see Russo's, I saw Usyk's. So, right, funny, but Usyk fundamentally the much better fight. It's not even a contest. But right now, in the terms and the dimension that he's fighting in, with Russo, he's going to grab him. And right now, you're kind of thinking, if this guy, and then there he's, well, Usyk is frustrated right now, but you're thinking, if this guy is 21, he's having frustration with the Olympic experience and the experience of the Italians.
So Clemente Russo, the reigning world champion,
who didn't think should have or shouldn't have been scored for you. Start thinking about a specific...
Oleksandr seemed to be struggling at the higher weight, and so he decided to drop down to light heavyweight. And before turning professional, Usyk won gold medals at the 2012 Olympics at the heavyweight division.
These two boxers need no introduction to themselves. The man in blue, the here of the world champion, is the #1 seed. Hard to get at.
Jab and fast feet to do that in its short range.
Third and final round against the teenager from Azerbaijan. Well, as always, it's one pace. You always get the feel of Richard this stage.
Yeah, Russo making big mistakes. His feet are coming far too.
Big Ukrainian is really warming up now. He's the fresher of the two. He's the younger of the two by some. The opening 6 minutes of this heavyweight final have been fought at a cracking pace. Last 30 seconds. About to become the Olympic champion, and he's got Russo again, and that might just cover fastening for the big fella from the Ukraine. He has done it. He has done it. From our gymnastics department, and see how many they would give this fella.
In 2013, 26-year-old Usyk turned pro.
Oleksandr
November 9th, 2013. Oleksandr Usyk is finally having his debut fight against Mexican fighter Felipe Romero. Oleksandr put a lot into this fight, resulting in a marvelous knockdown at round 5.
Действительно, следующий один из лучших, чего не отнять, и, конечно, мексиканский характер, и не всегда это помогает, особенно если ты боксируешь против Олександра Усика, конечно.
Втім, Ромеро казав, що він приїхав перемагати, незважаючи ні на що, всі аматорські титули Олександра.
Ломаченко, многие задавались вопросом. Друг Александра Усика, Василий Ломаченко, успешно дебютировал в Америке.
Ведення бою.
Я думаю, что уже он адаптировался.
Може навіть так, але ні. Зарахує бурхливо просто такий навдалі атаки.
Прошел четкий удар слева. Вылетает молотик. Продолжать этот бой. Отличный дебют. Поздравляю. И этого было достаточно для окончания поединка.
October 4th, 2014. Finally, Oleksandr will be fighting against his opponent, Ben Nasafoa.
Терконті володів також поясом чемпіон.
На данном этапе Александру Усику не подставляли бы более серьезно.
Аж так багато часу.
А вот и первое попадание от Усика.
Так підтискає він і більш жорсткими стають його удари.
Ну, как мы видим, Насафоа, блок у него достаточно прочный, чтобы его пробить. И настолько пластичный украинец, гибкий, что развить успех своей атаки сопернику очень тяжело. Александр тут же уходит от последующих атак. Благодаря
Абсолютно Олександр Усика.
He knocked out Ben Nasafoa at round 3.
Украинец, и очередная атака, и тут рефери даже не отсчитывает это нокаут. Четкая двойка, посмотрим на повторе, как это было. Но мы уже поздравляем украинца с Oleksandr Usyk. Да, насколько...
After returning to his hometown, Oleksandr fought the Argentinian Cesar David Krenz.
С Александром Усиком настолько Баширу понравился наш Саша, что он сказал, я готов ехать даже на Луну, чтобы тренировать этого парня.
Готовий він до таких от випадів Кренца, який, як ми вже зауважили, повільніше. А це терпіти непросто.
As usual, Oleksandr won the fight with a 4th-round knockout victory.
Акцентовані.
Отличный удар, очень хлесткий, акцентированный по печени. И второй нокдаун.
Чи встане, чи підніметься?
Видом показывает тренд, что он не может продолжать. И вылетает белое полотенце. Да, это капитуляция, и это очередная досрочная...
As Oleksandr was proving himself, he was also rising at the ladder of greatness. And as he climbed the ladder, tougher opponents awaited him. On October 4th, 2014, Oleksandr was set to fight the South African boxer Daniel Brewer. This was also his first title match.
Це приємно, ну і Олександр думає на життя.
Соперник, такое часто бывает, когда встречаются люди.
After 6 rounds of bout, Oleksandr's power and skills outmatched his opponent.
Не понравились эти разговоры.
To end the match with TKO, Oleksandr claimed his belt for the interim WBO Intercontinental Cruiserweight title. 2 months later, Oleksandr defended his title against a 35-year-old Danny Venter, resulting in a knockdown. The ref decided to stop the fight. A year later on, in 2015, Usyk made another defense on his title on April 18th against the former Russian cruiserweight champion Andrei Knyazhev.
Все он предыдущие бои закончил досрочно. Надеемся, и сегодня будет такой же результат. Во всяком случае, об этом говорят и котировки букмекеров. Готовился Князев, проводя спарринг-сессии с такими мастерами, как Дмитрий Кудряшов. Да, где-то, конечно, Князев не согласен с остановкой. Понятное дело.
But again, Oleksandr dominated his opponent, as referee Mickey Van showed that the champion can no longer fight after 7 one-sided rounds, and had taken too much damage and couldn't continue any longer.
Досвідчений рефері, тому давайте довіряти його рішенню.
Понятное дело, что он хотел продолжать бой.
Ну, це спірне питання.
In the same year, on August 29th, he was fighting the former Southern African light heavyweight champion, Johnny Muller. Oleksandr defeated the champion after he knocked him down twice at round 3.
По нему видно, что это падение было тяжелым. Инга Бараба сдает отмашку и продолжает бой. Времени достаточно, полминуты до конца этого раунда. Еще одно падение. Станет или нет? Да. Второй нокдаун отсчитывает Барабас.
Треба подихати Мюллеру, інакше не перелипка йому буде.
Ну что, добьет или нет? Вот главный вопрос, наверное, этого раунда.
Чи дотримається? 12 секунд до кінця.
Жесткий блок. Прячется за блоком.
But Muller refused the referee to wave the fight off. Usyk made another 4th title defense, and his final defense, against the unknown Cuban boxer Pedro Rodriguez, in a schedule of a 12-round fight.
Такой уже аккумулирующий эффект от такого количества пропущенных ударов.
Не було куди подітися Педро Родрігесу, окрім того, як просто опуститися на канвас рингу.
Да.
Usyk won the fight easily with his spectacular performance.
Вітаємо з перемогою Олександра Усика. Дійсно, це було яскраво.
This win put Usyk at the WBO's #1 position. In June 2016, it was announced that Usyk would challenge undefeated Polish boxer Krzysztof Głowacki with an outstanding record of 26 wins to 0 losses, with 16 wins by knockout. Głowacki came to this fight heavier, weighing 199.3 pounds, while Usyk came in only with 198.75 pounds. But that didn't matter at all. As his footwork and speed and spearing jabs unleashed in this fight, he demolished Głowacki, leaving an injury in his eyes, causing him a cut that continued to bleed. After 12 bloody rounds, Oleksandr Usyk won the fight.
And the new WBO cruiserweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk.
And Usyk announced that he would be making his American debut to showcase his skills and power at the center of boxing sports. And later on, it was announced that this fight, he was defending his WBO title against the South African boxer Thabiso Mchunu. As the rounds passed, Usyk started connecting some punches that started breaking Mchunu with his trademark. He knocked down Mchunu and 2 more times in the 9th, causing referee Lou to stop the fight. In Maryland, on the 8th of April 2017, he was fighting the undefeated Michael Hunter. This fight was a rather big adjustment for Usyk as he was taking the distance. And in round 12, Hunter took a lot of punches and appeared to be just standing there holding the ropes. And the bout ended with Usyk winning by unanimous decision, adding this to his resume. As he climbed another step on his career to make his own path, at the draft gala, Usyk chose to fight the former WBO champion, Marco Huck. Huck has a professional career with 40 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 27 KOs. These two were both excited for their upcoming match. During their final press conference on September 6, 2017, during their face-off, Huck pushed Usyk, and Usyk just brushed it off with a smile. Usyk seemed calm and showed professionalism. As both warriors were hungry for glory, these two fighters began to grow into each other and step inside the ring to prove who the real champion was. Usyk showed his combination punches and his smooth footwork to dominate Huck.
Schedule 12, the WBO cruiserweight title on the line. But remember, this is the first contest. Here is a crazy well-phased attack, but short to the mark, and now beginning to bring uppercuts through the middle.
A little more, Usyk continues to land combinations, and as the referee had seen enough, the bout was stopped in the 10th round.
Cruiserweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk.
This win brought him to the semifinals of the Super Series. He would be facing Mairis Bridis.
To deliver another magic night in Riga Arena, where Oleksandr Usyk is the only thing between him and the final of the World Boxing Super Series. Cruiserweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk. He overcame Marco Huck in a brilliant performance in the World Boxing Super Series quarterfinal. Robert Bird is stepped in and waved it off. And is now ready to take on Mairis Bridis.
As this matchup was tremendous, many would think who would taste their first ever defeat.
Punch, a good single. This really be inspired by that. That's a low blow. And Usyk off center ring. Good mover with his feet and from the waist.
After a bloody battle, the match ended at the scorecard.
He is the WBC and WBO Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Oleksandr Usyk.
As we come to the finals of this tournament, it was announced that he will fight the undefeated Murat Gassiev. Both came in prepared, but only one would take all the glory. As both stepped into the ring, Usyk's plan was to quickly take control of the fight's early rounds.
With the white trunks trimmed with gold and blue, inexperience show up in favor of the
not leaving Gassiev a chance to counter him with solid punches.
I think this fight's going to be a pick-em from round 1 to round 12 if it goes that far.
But body shots sometimes. He was 17-0 with 11 knockouts.
As the fight comes to an end, the bout will go to the scorecard.
In this decision, he's still undefeated, and now the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk.
After calling out Tony Bellew responded through social media. After the many conflicts that happened, the two will eventually face inside the ring on November 10th, 2018.
Let's have a good, clean fight. Shake hands, best of luck to both. God bless you.
As the two stepped inside the ring, as usual, Usyk started slow.
It's going to open up out of there with accumulation and with what I call the frustration factor.
And both of them kind of feeling each other out, as both boxers showed a little respect. After rounds of boxing, round 8 was the finishing statement for Usyk.
Excuse me, clean lead left. Back comes Bellew. The jab by Usyk, and then he tried to get the left hand in, but and a good angle by Usyk as he dragged that left hand back behind him and score. And then he nailed him right in the middle. Down is Bellew.
And punches are amplified massively when you're tired, and you saw that, and there's the effect of that looping left cross that lands by
After defeating Bellew, Oleksandr decided to step up his challenge and go to the heavyweight class. He fought many strong opponents like Witherspoon.
As Witherspoon means that there is a size difference at Ochenko, especially on Witherspoon. 38, it's the heaviest of his career. This will well. He is something that happens that's no longer, I think, it's just usually Usyk. Again, but first he's got Usyk already with Ting, no question about that. And adjusted for Usyk all night. If he's in nearly a year, and at 6'4", 242. Has been a straight left. Okay, you've got to be thrilled. It's a slow pace. I don't know what you do there, but you meet your liking. The very least feels like a bad strategy. Witherspoon tries to walk out. Final seconds. This fight is.
As the fight goes on, Witherspoon retired in his corner after round 7. Year 2020, March 11th. It was announced that Usyk would be fighting the former world champion title holder, Derek Chisora, on May 23rd, 2020. Unexpected things came through as the COVID-19 pandemic happened.
Airports around the world are stepping up health screenings on passengers arriving from Wuhan, China.
And they had no choice but to move the match to October 31st, 2020.
In the world, Chicago, this is the moment we've been waiting for. So let's make some noise and let's get this party started.
After some hectic scheduling and adjustment due to the pandemic, the bout finally started.
Does Usyk feel under any pressure? Sorry, Chisora now as well. He might start sitting that nice straight left upstairs.
Oh, good action here in the 7th, and Usyk
the heart, the spike.
As Usyk had more superior footwork and stamina, he wore out Chisora and won by unanimous decision.
Champion Oleksandr Usyk.
As Oleksandr Usyk stepped up his game with his unbeatable record of 18 wins, 0 losses, 13 KOs, and still wanted to prove more to the boxing world. He challenged the then unified heavyweight champion, Anthony Joshua. Many still doubted his unbeaten record, saying that he's too small for heavyweight, too small for Joshua. But Oleksandr proved them wrong.
Downward precision, stun the British crowd. A tactical tussle. Straight away, Joshua, good hand speed from under Usyk is side to side, still peppering him with loss. And Oleksandr Usyk agreed to it to take.
Usyk outboxed AJ severely many times all throughout the 12 rounds,
He's actually watched.
claiming the championship by unanimous decision over Anthony Joshua.
And new
As we look back on Oleksandr's career, we can see how he started simple and remained humble all throughout his journey. He overcame many trials as he stepped up to greatness, defeating the odds against him. But his journey doesn't stop there. As he continues to challenge tougher opponents, will he continue to be dominant in boxing?